Part. In the heart of the ancient kingdom of Vaeloria, where the lands bled history and the very air hummed with forgotten legends. The rolling hills, speckled with the skeletons of once great watchtowers, whispered secrets, long buried beneath the weight of time and moss. Vaeloria, renowned for its scholars and sages, now hosted a darker omen, a tragedy unfolding like a crimson banner unfurled on a windless day. As the sun sank beneath the horizon, painting the sky in hues of burnt amber and ashen violet, a rider approached the gates of the cobblestone-clad village of Y'reth. It was a village caught between the past and a dire present, where its people spoke in hushed tones, and the howling of distant wolves was a nightly hymn. The rider was clad in a cloak of midnight, its fabric shimmering like the surface of a moonlit lake. Her name was Lyra, a sorceress with eyes that held the mysteries of the stars. She bore with her a missive sealed with the emblem of a phoenix, an ancient symbol of the Order of the Ember, a guild shrouded in equal parts wisdom and myth. As she entered the tavern, the hearth's glow warmed the dusty air, casting flickering shadows that danced in tandem with her purposeful strides. Lyra unfurled the missive, allowing its words to breathe life into the silent room. "To whom it may concern," it began, "a darkness stirs in the Vale of Shadows. The village of Y'reth stands on the precipice of ruin, and with it the world may follow. Seek the ruins of Krelvaan, where the echo of shadows dwells. Retrieve the Amulet of Y'reth, and avert the fate that looms above." The villagers, now gathered, shared glances of veiled fear and hesitant hope. A murmur rose among them, a prayer for salvation, whispered among the cracks in the walls. Your presence here, like Lyra's, was no coincidence. You had felt the pull of destiny, a grip that tightened with each breath. You, the players of this tale, are not merely observers. You are the chosen, those whom fate has marked with its indelible ink. As you find your place within this story, feel the weight of your weapons, the soft whisper of your spells, and the unyielding determination in your hearts. The journey to the ruins of Krelvaan begins at dawn. With supplies gathered, your party sets forth. Guided by Lyra's knowledge and the promise of a hero's welcome or a martyr's dirge. The air is crisp, biting at your cheeks with the sharp promise of the challenges ahead. As you trek through the dense forests of Vaeloria, the atmosphere thickens, laden with the scent of pine and the distant call of creatures unseen. The path weaves through shadows and light, where the sun's rays pierce the canopy in golden spears. Each step is a beat in the symphony of your quest, a melody that hastens as the Veil of Shadows unfolds its chilling arms. Here, the light diminishes, and the world becomes a tapestry of twilight hues. The wind carries whispers, not of leaves, but of souls, lamenting their restless slumber. As you near the heart of the vale, the first true test presents itself. A bridge, ancient and crumbling, spanning a chasm that seems to stretch into eternity. Its stones are slick with moss, and the air above it shimmers with an unnatural haze. It is a magical trap, crafted in the forgotten tongue of the Althûm, an ancient race whose mastery over such arts is unrivaled. The bridge hums with latent energy, a riddle in itself. It speaks in fragments, a language of pulses and vibrations. You must decipher its intent, for only the worthy may pass. You hear the resonance in your bones, see the runes glimmering with each whispered incantation. Step wrong, and the chasm shall consume you. The trial is not merely of intellect, but of spirit, a test of your resolve. The air is heavy with suspense, each breath mingling with the tension that grips your party. But together, you find the pattern, the hum that aligns with your very heartbeat. With a collective breath, you step, not as individuals, but as a single force of will. The bridge holds, and the path continues through the oppressive darkness. An exploration of both world and self, where every decision weighs as gold or gallows. You move onward, deeper into the mystery that binds you to this land, forging a path through the shadows towards the ruins of Krelvaan. For in its depths lies the echo of shadows, and the Amulet of Y'reth, a relic said to hold the power to undo darkness or bind light. As you advance, the stakes grow clearer, the air thicker, and the promise of adventure pulses through your veins. You are the harbingers of fate, and the world awaits your next step, other promise. The twilight path unfurls into the heart of the Labyrinthine woods, where the trees tower like ancient sentinels, their branches woven into a ceiling of green and shadow. The air here is thick with the scent of loam and forgotten stories, whispered by leaves that tremble with secrets. A chill runs down your spine, a reminder that here, in these woods, the world is different. Alive, watching. Your party moves with caution, each step a measured blend of anticipation and dread. The ground beneath is a mosaic of roots and fallen leaves, rustling with the breath of unseen creatures. The forest speaks in languages unknown, a symphony of rustles and chirps, where each sound could signal danger or simply the life that thrives in its shadows. It is Lyra's voice that cuts through the tapestry of sound, her words a beacon in the dark. The ruins of Krelvaan lie beyond the Willow's Veil, she explains. Her gaze, fixed on the trail ahead. Her eyes are pools of determination, reflecting the urgency of your quest. You have but one goal: retrieve the Amulet of Y'reth and ward off the encroaching doom whispered by the echo of shadows. But before you can reach the ruins, the woods reveal their first secret. A standing stone, monolithic and ancient, its surface etched with runes that pulse with an otherworldly glow. The stone thrums with power, a magical contract binding the fate of those who dare trespass into its domain. As you approach, the runes flare, casting an eerie light that plays across your faces, illuminating the tension carved there. This is no simple barrier. It demands a toll, a piece of your essence, a sliver of your soul, to pass unscathed. Each of you senses the weight of the decision, the balance tipped between gain and loss. You must choose who among you will offer this sacrifice, who will bear the burden of passage. It is a moment that tests not only courage, but trust. You feel the pulse of your companions' hearts, sense the unity forged by shared purpose, and the silent understanding that binds you together. The decision is made, and the sacrifice given. The air sizzles with magic, as the stone absorbs the essence offered. The runes dim, releasing their grip on the forest, and the path beyond is unveiled. Your steps are heavy with the invisible burden borne by the Chosen One, a debt to be reconciled in time. As you advance, the forest seems to hold its breath, watching with eyes unseen. The Willow's Veil soon comes into view, a natural curtain of intertwining branches that droop and sway like the silken threads of an ancient tapestry. Beyond it lies the ruins of Krelvaan, cloaked in mist and mystery. You pass through the veil, feeling its delicate caress, and emerge into a clearing where the ruins stand, a testament to a civilization lost to time. The structures are skeletal, their bones cracked and weathered, yet still whispering of grandeur and purpose. Vines creep along the stone like the fingers of time, entangling and concealing the truth of what lies within. The ruins are shrouded in silence, an oppressive stillness that muffles even the sounds of nature. Each footfall echoes a reminder of your trespass into this sacred ground. As you explore, the air grows colder, the mist thickening around you like a shroud. You feel the echo of shadows here, its presence a palpable chill that seeps into your bones. Within a crumbling chamber, you discover the first clue, a mosaic of shattered tiles depicting a celestial alignment, a star map etched into the very stone of the earth. It is a riddle wrapped in the enigma of ages, hinting at the power of the Amulet of Y'reth and its connection to the cycles of the heavens. Your party puzzles over the mosaic, the tension building as you sense the proximity of your goal. The air is electric, each discovery a step closer to the truth. Yet, as you decipher the ancient symbols, an unsettling feeling creeps in, a sense of being watched, of something lurking just beyond the edge of sight. And then, from the shadows, they emerge. Spectral guardians, remnants of the long-dead Althûm. Their forms translucent and ethereal, eyes glowing with the cold fire of the void. They rise through the floor, a silent warning etched in their ghostly features. They do not speak, but their presence demands action, a test of your resolve and skill. Prepare, players, for the Guardians will not yield easily. You must prove your worth, your right to the knowledge they protect. The air crackles with the promise of battle, a dance of swords and spells under the watchful gaze of fate. And as you ready yourselves, one thought prevails. Failure is not an option when the stakes are the soul of the world itself. Heart, the spectral guardians surge forward, their forms gliding through the mist with the grace of wraiths, their eyes aglow with an ancient ire. Their presence is a manifestation of the Althûm's final decree, a barrier of ethereal might that stands between you and your prize. Steel yourselves, for the echoes of their power resound through the stones of this forgotten sanctuary. The air in the chamber thickens, charged with the tension of impending conflict. The mist coils like living tendrils around your feet as you draw your weapons, each breath stolen from the cold, stifling grip of the ruins' embrace. The Guardians move in unison, their silent march a testament to their oath to protect the secrets of Krelvaan. With a swift incantation, Lyra raises her hand, conjuring a barrier of shimmering arcane force that pulses with vibrant energy. Her voice, a delicate yet commanding melody, breaks the silence. Do not falter. We stand on the edge of destiny. Her call to arms is a beacon in the fray, sharpening your senses and fortifying your resolve. You unleash your might, blades flashing silver, spells crackling and weaving through the air like threads of lightning. The clash is fierce, a symphony of ethereal moans and the clang of steel as your party stands as one, united in purpose and spirit. The Guardians' forms flicker and shift, their spectral bodies ethereal yet imposing. Each strike met with an otherworldly resistance that tests the limits of your endurance. The chamber becomes a battleground, the mosaic beneath your feet, a forgotten relic as you focus on survival. The Guardians are relentless, their movements fluid and precise, a dance of shadows and light. Yet, against their spectral ferocity, your determination burns brighter, a flame that refuses to be extinguished. Amidst the chaos, your weapons find purchase, slicing through the shimmering forms, each successful blow dissipating the spectral essence into the mist. The Guardians falter, their resolve weakening under the onslaught of your united might. With a final resounding clash, the last of the wraiths fades into the ether, leaving behind only the echo of their lament. The chamber settles into silence once more, the weight of your victory settling upon you like a mantle of newfound strength. The air is thick with the residue of magic and battle, its metallic tang lingering as a reminder of the price paid for passage. Yet, as the dust of combat clears, a new realization dawns. The Guardian's defeat has unlocked a hidden mechanism within the chamber. The star map mosaic begins to shift, its tiles rearranging in a celestial dance, revealing a hidden passageway that descends into the heart of the ruins. A stairway spirals downward, carved from stone that seems to pulse with its own dim light, beckoning you to uncover the truth that lies beneath. As you prepare to descend, Lyra pauses, her gaze lingering on the passage ahead. "We venture into the heart of the unknown," she whispers, her voice tinged with both anticipation and caution. "The Amulet of Y'reth awaits, but so too does the echo of shadows." The air is palpable with tension, each step a promise of discovery and danger intertwined. Downwards you travel, deeper into the belly of the earth, where the air grows colder and the walls narrow, pressing in with the weight of centuries. The passage opens into a vast chamber, its ceiling arched high above, supported by pillars carved with the visage of elder gods. Here, the air is thick with the scent of ancient incense and the faint glow of phosphorescent fungi that cling to the stone like living constellations. At the chamber's center rests an altar, upon which rests the Amulet of Y'reth, a relic of exquisite craftsmanship, pulsing with a light that seems to tug at the very fabric of reality. Yet you are not alone. From the shadows emerges a figure, cloaked in robes of deep crimson and shadow, their presence a stark contrast to the relic's luminescence. Their face is obscured, yet their voice carries an unsettling familiarity, a chilling harmony of power and foreboding. "Welcome, seekers of destiny," the figure intones, their words wrapping around your senses like a silken trap. "You have come far, but the echo of shadows is not so easily tamed. To wield the amulet, one must confront the darkness within." The figure steps forward, the air around them vibrating with an ominous energy. "Will you embrace the shadow, or allow it to consume you? The choice is yours, but know this: every decision shapes the fate of Vaeloria." The chamber holds its breath, the amulet's light casting long shadows that dance like phantoms upon the cold stone. The path diverges here, the weight of choice pressing down as a new threat looms large, unseen yet felt in the very marrow of the earth. Your fate hangs in the balance, swayed by the whisper of shadows and the promise of redemption or ruin. The tension in the chamber is a living thing, curling around your limbs and squeezing your resolve. The air is charged with expectancy as the robed figure stands between you and the Amulet of Y'reth, the flickering glow casting deep shadows across a face hidden from sight. The echoes of their challenge reverberate through your soul, demanding an answer that could alter the fate of all Vaeloria. The amulet rests alluringly upon the altar, a beacon of transcendent power, pulsing with a rhythm that seems to match your heartbeat. It is a promise of salvation or destruction, waiting for one courageous enough to claim it. The decision looms like a vast chasm, and you feel the pull of destiny urging you forward. Lyra steps to your side, her presence a steadying anchor amidst the swirling storm of uncertainty. Her eyes, bright with determination, lock onto yours, silently conveying trust in whatever path you choose. You feel the weight of her faith, and it fills you with steely resolve. You step forward, your movements echoing softly against the stone as the chamber seems to hold its breath, watching. The figure in crimson remains motionless, their silence a drumbeat of suspense. You reach the altar, the amulet's light warmer now, its allure wrapping around you like a comforting embrace. Yet, as your fingers graze the cool metal of the amulet, an unseen force seizes your mind, pulling you into a vision, a confrontation not of flesh, but of spirit. The chamber falls away, replaced by an endless expanse of darkness and light, swirling in eternal combat. Within this realm the echo of shadows stands revealed, an entity of pure darkness, its form shifting and amorphous, eyes like twin voids, drawing you into their depths. You dare seek the light within the shadow, the echo's voice rumbles, a low tremor felt in your bones. To wield the amulet, you must understand the darkness you hold inside, embrace it, or be consumed by it. The choice is before you, a forked path of acceptance or denial. You sense the presence of your companions, their spirits bolstering yours, their fates entwined with your own. Each breath is a silent chant of unity, a reminder that this battle is not fought alone. In this moment, clarity pierces through the murk, a realization that light and shadow are but two sides of the same coin. With trembling resolve, you open yourself to the darkness, acknowledging its presence, yet refusing to let it define you. You draw upon the strengths of both, weaving them into a tapestry of balance and harmony. The realm shudders, the darkness coiling in surprise before it begins to recede, dispersing into the ether like smoke caught in a gale. The vision fades, and you find yourself once again in the chamber, the amulet now cradled in your hand, its light unwavering and pure. The robed figure nods, their voice a soft murmur carrying a note of approval. You have chosen well, Seeker. The balance you have found within yourself is the key to wielding the amulet's true power. The fate of Vaeloria rests with you now. As they finish speaking, the figure steps back, their form dissolving into the shadows, leaving behind only the whisper of their presence. The chamber feels lighter, the oppressive weight lifted, hope rekindled in its place. Yet as you turn to your companions, the ground beneath you trembles, a low rumble growing in intensity. The ruins shudder, stones shifting and grinding as a new threat emerges, the structure beginning to collapse under the strain of ages, amplified by your presence. A path to the surface opens, revealed by the falling debris and the instinctual drive to survive. You must flee, racing against time as the echoes of your footsteps are swallowed by the cacophony of crumbling stone. Together, you dash through the passageways, the ruins fracturing around you, each step a heartbeat closer to safety. The adrenaline courses through your veins, sharpening your senses, urging your feet to fly. As you break into the open air beneath a canopy of stars, the ruins finally give way, collapsing into a cloud of dust and echoes. You stand in the cool night, hearts pounding, the amulet's glow a steady presence at your side. It is a moment of triumph, tempered by the tension of what lies ahead. A victory that sets the stage for new challenges and the shadow of a looming choice that could shape or shatter the world. As you catch your breath, the wind carries with it a whisper of things to come, leaving you poised at the precipice of destiny, ready to face whatever awaits. Heart. The night sky stretches vast and unyielding, a canvas of stars watching over you as you stand amidst the ruins' dust. The gentle rustle of leaves whispers a symphony of relief and anticipation. The Amulet of Y'reth hangs at your side, its glow a serene beacon against the darkness, a promise fulfilled yet burdened with the weight of future trials. Lyra steadies herself beside you, her expression a blend of exhaustion and triumph. Her eyes, reflecting the starlit heavens, hold a silent question that needs no voice. What comes next? The wind carries your thoughts eastward, to the looming silhouette of the Twilight Citadel perched atop the distant cliffs, a bastion of hope and despair in equal measure. The path to the Citadel is fraught with obstacles, winding through the bones of a land touched by shadow and sacrifice. You set forth once more, guided by the amulet's subtle pull and the quiet resolve of your companions. The forest thins, giving way to open plains where the night air is crisp and alive with the scent of earth and distant rain. As dawn approaches, casting the world in shades of gray and silver, you arrive at the base of the citadel. Its towers pierce the sky like ancient fingers clawing for the heavens, their stones dark and brooding beneath the burgeoning light. The air hums with latent magic, an echo of the power contained within these walls, and an invitation to those bold enough to seek its audience. The citadel's gates stand ajar, a gaping maw that leads into the depths of its shadowed halls. Your heartbeats quicken, anticipation mingling with the trepidation of the unknown. The amulet pulses against your hip, a reminder of the power and responsibility intertwined within its core. You step forward, crossing the threshold into the citadel, where the air is cool and thick with history. The corridors stretch before you, a labyrinth of stone and silence, every footfall reverberating through the gaps in time. The walls are adorned with faded tapestries, their images telling tales of glory and downfall, of kings and queens long forgotten. Deeper you venture, drawn by the amulet's guidance and the whispers of destiny that weave through the air like an unseen mist. Your path leads to the heart of the citadel, an audience chamber of grand proportions. Here, the ceiling vaults high above, adorned with a mosaic of stained glass that filters the light into a kaleidoscope of colors dancing on the floor. At the chamber's center stands a dais, and upon it an ancient throne, resplendent and imposing in its age. Seated there is a figure of regal bearing, garbed in robes of midnight blue threaded with silver. Their presence commands attention, an aura of authority and sorrow woven into their very being. The figure rises, their gaze meeting yours with an intensity that pierces the veil of time. Welcome, bearers of the amulet. Their voice echoes, deep and resonant, filling the chamber with its gravity. I am Seraphine, the last of the Shadowbound, guardian of the Twilight Citadel and all that it protects. Her eyes, ageless and knowing, fall upon the amulet, and a flicker of recognition passes like a shadow over her features. You have come seeking answers, yet the questions you must ask will shape the destiny of Vaeloria itself. You sense the weight of her words, the gravity of the choice before you. The amulet, a nexus of potential, holds the power to restore balance or tip it irrevocably. Seraphine gestures to the throne beside hers, inviting you to sit, to converse, to decide the path the world will take from this moment on. As you take your place, the air in the chamber shifts, a palpable change that mirrors the turning of a tide. The amulet glows brighter, its light reflecting in the depths of Seraphine's eyes, a beacon of hope, of challenge, and of infinite possibility. But in the shadows beyond, a new presence stirs, a darkness coalescing into form, an embodiment of the echo of shadows. It watches with a hunger born of centuries, waiting for the choice that will define its existence and the fate of all it touches. In this moment, you are poised on the edge of tomorrow, where light and shadow dance in an eternal waltz, and the future hangs in the balance by a thread woven from your courage, your wisdom, and your heart. The decision is yours to make, and the world holds its breath, waiting for the dawn. Part. As you sit upon the throne beside Seraphine, the weight of the world settles across your shoulders like a mantle of woven storm clouds. The chamber is silent save for the soft whisper of wind, threading through the stained glass windows, carrying with it the echoes of prayers and prophecies long forgotten. The air around you thickens with anticipation, a tangible force that vibrates with potential and peril. Seraphine's eyes, wise and unfathomable, hold yours in their steady gaze, a silent reminder of the legacy you now hold in your grasp. The Amulet of Y'reth binds the light to the shadow, the known to the unknown, she intones, her voice a melody of ancient wisdom. It is a key to the door of what could be, and the path behind it is yours to choose. The amulet pulses warmly at your side, its glow casting rippling patterns across the chamber floor. You feel its energy intertwining with your own, a symbiosis of fate and will, urging you to peer beyond the veil into what lies ahead. Yet, within the folds of shadow, the echo of shadows stirs, an ever-present reminder of the darkness that seeks to reclaim its domain. You rise from the throne, your movements deliberate and measured, carrying the weight of destinies unspoken. What must we do to restore balance, you ask, your voice steady and resolute, echoing through the chamber. Seraphine regards you with a solemn nod, her features softening with admiration for your courage. You must journey into the Veil of Fates, where the threads of time are woven. There, you will face the heart of the shadow and the light. Only by understanding them can you bind them anew. Her words resonate deep within you, solidifying your resolve. The Veil of Fates, a place spoken of in legends, a realm where reality and possibility overlap, where the past, present, and future converge in a tapestry of endless potential. It is a place both feared and revered, where few dare to tread without the guidance of the amulet. Your companions, steadfast and loyal, stand at your side, their presence a bastion against the encroaching shadow. Lyra's hand finds yours, her touch grounding you amidst the swirling maelstrom of uncertainty. We are with you, always, she assures, her gaze a fierce beacon of support. Together, you leave the chamber, Seraphine's parting words a silent echo in your minds. You traverse the citadel, its labyrinthine halls echoing with the footfalls of your purpose. As you step out into the dawn, the sky painted in hues of blazing gold and fiery crimson, a path unfurls before you, a trail leading to the summit of the mountain where the Veil of Fates waits in solemn anticipation. The climb is arduous, the air thinning with each step closer to the heavens. The wind howls around you, a chorus of unseen voices urging you onward. Mist gathers like a shroud, swirling around your feet as you ascend the mountain's peak, its ethereal touch both a comfort and a challenge to your resolve. At the summit, the Veil of Fates stretches before you, a shimmering curtain of light and shadow, its surface rippling like the surface of a tranquil pond, disturbed by a single drop. The amulet thrums with energy, resonating with the frequency of the veil, its light casting you in silhouette against the dawn. You step forward, your heart a steady drumbeat in the symphony of the universe. The veil parts, granting passage into a realm beyond understanding, a place where light and shadow dance in eternal embrace, their movements a hypnotic cadence of creation and destruction. Within this realm, you see the heart of the echo of shadows, a void of shifting darkness, its core pulsing with a cold light that sends shivers down your spine. Yet entwined around it is a filament of radiant light, fragile yet potent, an unyielding symbol of hope. To bind them is to alter the fabric of reality, to weave a new thread into the tapestry of existence. You reach out with the amulet, feeling its power surge through you, a conduit of will and determination. The light and shadow respond, converging as your mind aligns with theirs, understanding their essence in a breathless moment of clarity. But even as you stand poised to forge balance, a new threat manifests, tendrils of shadow rising, seeking to ensnare you, to pull you into the void where no light can reach. It is a test of resolve, a trial of heart, where only the strength of your unity can withstand the onslaught. In this moment of peril, you must decide, will you yield to the darkness, or will you stand as the beacon, guiding the way forward for all of Vaeloria? The decision awaits, a fulcrum upon which the fate of the world may turn, and the dawn breaks over the horizon, illuminating the path of destiny. Part the veil of fates quivers with anticipation as you step into its ethereal expanse, the boundary between worlds thinning until reality blurs into possibility. All around you, the realm pulses with the beating heart of creation, a symphony of whispered potentials and forgotten echoes. Light dances with shadow, weaving an intricate tapestry that defies comprehension, a reminder of the balance you must strive to restore. Before you, the heart of the echo of shadows looms, a swirling vortex of darkness, seeking to devour the light that clings defiantly to its edge. The amulet in your grasp glows warmer, its light a steady pulse that mirrors the rhythm of your heartbeat, an anchor in this shifting landscape of uncertainty. Your companions gather close, their presence a bulwark against the encroaching void. Lyra's gaze meets yours, her eyes a steady beacon of trust and shared destiny. Together, you form a circle of resolve, your spirits intertwining like the threads of a woven tapestry, each adding strength to the other. As you extend the amulet toward the vortex, tendrils of shadow lash out, seeking to ensnare you in their cold embrace. The air vibrates with tension, the weight of thousands of untold stories pressing down upon you. It is a test of your unity, your courage, and your understanding of the fragility and strength inherent in the balance of light and shadow. The amulet pulses, a beacon of warmth and hope that resonates through your core. You channel its energy, feeling it surge through your veins as you focus your mind, reaching out to the light within the void. The light responds, flickering with a tentative brilliance that grows stronger under your guidance. Slowly, the shadow's tendrils begin to recoil, their icy grasp loosening as the light within the vortex intensifies. You sense the presence of the echo of shadows, its core a swirling miasma of despair and longing, yearning for the bond that only balance can provide. The realization dawns, a choice not between victory or defeat, but of acceptance and understanding. You call upon your companions, your voice steady and clear in the swirling chaos. Together, we must weave the light and shadow into harmony. Only then can we forge the path forward. Lyra's voice joins yours, her magic a shimmering tide that bolsters the light, intertwining with the shadow to form a delicate equilibrium. Your other companions lend their strength, their resolve a tangible force that binds the balance, weaving a new thread of existence within the veil. As the vortex stabilizes, the veil itself shudders, rippling outward in waves of luminescent energy that cascade across the realm. The balance is restored, the echo of shadows and the light now entangled in a dance that transcends their solitary natures. You stand breathless, the realization settling over you like the first rays of dawn, a new beginning forged from the understanding that light and shadow are two halves of a greater whole, eternally linked in the cycle of creation and renewal. but as the veil begins to mend, sealing the convergence of light and shadow into its eternal pattern. A new presence emerges from the depths, an entity born of the balance you've restored. It is neither light nor shadow, but a fusion of both, its form shifting and mutable, eyes like celestial bodies, watching with a calm wisdom. You have succeeded where many have failed, the entity intones, its voice a harmonious blend of light's warmth and shadow's depth. The fate of Vaeloria will reflect your choice, a testament to the power of unity and understanding. With these words, the entity dissolves into the veil, leaving behind a silence that hums with the promise of a brighter future. You and your companions stand upon the mountain's peak, the veil's light bathing the world in a new dawn, casting long shadows across the landscape of possibilities now open to you. As you turn to descend, a new threat lurks in the periphery of your senses, a remnant of the shadows, a flicker of doubt that persists, waiting for a moment of weakness to exploit. Yet, armed with the wisdom of balance, you step forward confidently, ready to face whatever challenges the future may hold. The wind carries your resolve across the land, a promise of renewal whispered on the breeze. The world is poised on the precipice of change, and you, the harbinger of this transformation, hold the power to steer its course toward hope and harmony.